both of your hands out the window right now. Put both of your hands out the window.
I got commands.
Go ahead.
You, with an outside hand, reach out, open the door. Watch your crossfire. Okay, real slow, left hand, do it from the inside. You come out with a gun, we are going to end you. Do you understand? There you go. There you go. Come on out.
I gotta put the car in park.
Put it in park. Put it in park. Real slow. Everything real slow.
I'm gonna shoot you in your head if you come up with anything other than that.
Alright, real slow.
Y'all got the wrong
Slow down. Slow down. Somebody shut off that siren. Left hand, real slow across your body. Undo your seatbelt. I got you. You look at me, nobody else. You do what I say, you'll be okay. Real slow, come out of that car. You guys got cover?
Got cover.
Face away from me. Face away from me. Face that car. Walk back to me, real slow. Real slow. Real slow. Now move. Hands behind your back right now.
Oh, for what, man? I don't have any weapons. I just came from Costco, dude.
Do not move. Do not move. 61 to 10. Hey, Tom, this is the right car. That's not the right car. This is the wrong car. CSF 794663.
Fine.
Yeah, this is the wrong car.
We're all good.
This is the wrong car.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
CN.
But the plate don't match.
The last 4 or 5 are wrong.
It's the wrong plate. Have a seat. Just bring him back to TV. Bring him to one of our interview rooms. I got you.
Matt, can you follow him? Gentlemen, not a word with him. Don't explain what's going on. Don't ask him no questions. Good?
Got you.
Copy. Take him out. Wrong car. Take him out. Wrong car.
Car plates. The car is the same as yours. Plates match with. Wait, hold on.
No.
Hold on.
No.
Look at me.
No.
Plates match. 2 of them are off. All right. That's why you're placed in handcuffs. We thought you were the guy.
No.
All right. You're not. I understand that. All right. Hey, listen. Look at me. I f this up.
Okay.
Understand that? I'm gonna give you my card. This is on me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely on me. Let's clear these roads out of
Y'all threatening to shoot me in the head and shit. Don't move. Put your hands up. Like,
You're right.
This is ridiculous.
Okay. Well, listen.
This is.
Did you know you can be too smart to be a cop? Not a joke. It's actually legal precedent. I'm Eliza Orleans, career public defender in Manhattan for 15 years, and I want to talk about Jordan versus New London, a case that reveals something very troubling about policing in America. Back in 1996, a man by the name of Robert Jordan applied to be a member of the New London Police Department. He scored a 33 on his intelligence test, which is equivalent to an IQ of about 125. That is an above average IQ, but instead of celebrating him, the New London Police Department in Connecticut rejected him. Why? Because they claimed that someone with a high IQ might have job dissatisfaction as a police officer. Well, Mr. Jordan sued, arguing that this policy was discriminatory. And amazingly, the court sided with the police department. The case got appealed and went all the way up to the Second Circuit, which affirmed and agreed and said that this policy was not discriminatory because it applied to all races, genders, ethnicities, sexual orientations, etc. equally. But think about that for a second and what it means. A policy that actively discourages hiring people who are intelligent for a job that requires critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and public trust. It's not just absurd. It's a reflection of the systemic issues that exist in policing. Instead of setting high standards for law enforcement, this case sends a message. Don't be too smart, too curious, too ambitious, just follow orders. So the next time you hear someone say, well, we need smarter, better trained officers, just remember there is a legal precedent in place allowing police departments to do the exact opposite. Let me know what you think in the comments and feel free to leave questions and make sure you're following me on all platforms. Thanks for being here.
Police thought this man was robbing this Wells Fargo. It turns out the man is a contractor, but he still got himself arrested.
I don't want to give you my ID. I'm a contractor. I'm going to have you step out. No, I'm not stepping out of this. You're not in trouble. You are not going to boss me on. I want your supervisor because I'm not giving you my ID. Step out. No, I'm not. Sir, if you better leave me alone or I'm gonna hit you.
You're now under arrest.
You're gonna tase me?
You said you were gonna hit me.
I'm a contractor. I am not under arrest.
Yes, you are.
I want to speak to your
That's fine.
assault.
Assault on a law enforcement officer. I'm going to hit you. You are arrested.
Why? Because you want to like be this power trip?
That's not it.
All right, people, what's going on? So, if you guys have been paying attention to the situation with the police and the public for the last 20, 30 years, you know that it's a very one-sided fight. The police have godlike power, and the public are typically just at the whims of the police. They don't have any power against them. The police have always had what's known as qualified immunity, meaning in the execution of their duties, they can pretty much do whatever and not be prosecuted. And, you know, we can see incidents where the police arrest the wrong person and they, you know, maybe they beat the wrong person up. Maybe they kick down a door of a family's home. They terrorize the family. They destroy the house, and that family has to pay for all of that themselves. They can't sue the police department. Maybe they delete a family pet and they don't have to give any kind of restitution on that. You know, if they do something wrong, let's say they actually take somebody off the census accidentally, let's say that's the wrong person, they can make it to where they harass you. They harass the surviving family members. They harass the people that you work with. They harass your job. They basically cause such a fuss in your life that you have to sign paperwork to get them to go away. Because they can be hyper aggressive in how they prosecute and how they investigate and yada, 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 and so forth. They can essentially, you know, arrest you, keep you away from your job for an extended period of time. You lose your job, you start losing your house, you lose everything. And then you have to sign some piece of paper saying that you're going to drop all the charges against them in order to get your job back, in order to get, you know, your apartment back and stuff like that. They do stuff like this. And I've actually seen it out here in California where people will get arrested. It's the wrong guy. They beat the guy up, potentially planted evidence on him, and the guy can somehow prove it. You know, maybe somebody was recording or whatever, and they'll keep that guy in the legal system long enough for him to lose his apartment because he didn't pay the rent. They shut down his bank accounts. They do a lot of stuff. They harass the job that he works at, so he loses that job. Lots of things happen, and the guy only gets restitution. He only gets his, you know, life restored once he signs a piece of paper saying he won't press charges against the cops or try to sue. And if he does try to sue, well, then it's like, what lawyer is going to take the case? And, you know, you got to have money for that. Well, you don't have a job, you don't have a house, you don't have a car, yada, 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 so on and so forth. So the cops do have the power to make your life absolutely miserable. Now, that being the case, I'm not anti-cop. I do support the police. I did vote for Trump, and Trump is trying to amplify the power of the police. I don't know exactly how he's going to do that, but I know he was talking about that during his campaign. So with all that in mind, I want you guys to understand the political and social and economic situation that we live in. Economically speaking, the economy is collapsing, and I guarantee you the governments, you know, federal, state, and local governments are going to use the police to put a buffer between themselves and the people. Be prepared for that. From a social standpoint, you have CEOs getting clipped. You know, shout out to Luigi Mangione. You know, I don't know that there's going to be any more incidents like that. But if Trump amplifies the power of the police, understand CEOs and private entities like that are going to go above and beyond to hire the police, weaponize the police, and put the police as a buffer between yourself and them, right? The police have always been used as private security. But if they have an amplified degree of immunity, they might be turned into private attack dogs. Who knows? Now, you also have the situation with just like the migrants and all of that. Like, I know Trump is getting rid of these migrants left and right. Some places like California have said that they're not going to cooperate. And then some places like Florida are chomping at the bit. There is a bit of polarization on both sides. You know, if you live in California or you live in, you know, Texas or something like that, you know the police are going to be on the lookout for stuff like that. So they might be overzealous, right? And anything can happen. Like I said, I'm not anti-police. I'm not anti-Trump. I just want you guys to be safe, and I want you guys to understand, just like you saw in the video, the police are not necessarily the brightest crayons in the box. They don't have to be. They're not hired for that. They don't hire the police with any expectation that they know the law. In fact, the police are not required to know the law. Law enforcement officer is a misnomer because they don't enforce the law. The DAs and the judges do that. They enforce the codes. They are code enforcement officers. So and there's not much expectation that they know all the codes. They're allowed to do things wrong. They're allowed to be wrong. They have a lot of power. And I just want you guys to understand that when it comes right down to it, you guys need to just survive the encounter. If you're dealing with the police officer, just survive the encounter. It's better to take your day in court. It's better to live. You see this stuff happen all the time. You see somebody messing with the cop doing a First Amendment audit or some stupid stuff like that, riling the police up. And it's like, once again, I'm not being anti-cop, but these guys aren't that smart to begin with. And then you're going over there messing with them, trespassing or doing something else that's going to get them spun up. And then you kind of have to hope that they don't flash out and do something to you. So I want you guys to just understand, if you get pulled over, just survive the encounter. Take your day in court if the guy is acting like a maniac. Do not get taken off the senses. Do not get your life turned upside down because you want to prove a point and you want to tell the cops that you know your rights. They don't care about your rights, and for the most part, they're allowed to violate any rights that you have. So just survive. Once again, I'm not saying that Trump is going to turn the police into the Gestapo or anything like that. I'm just saying you do have polarization from a local standpoint, from a federal standpoint. The police are being polarized in different directions. Some cops want to get rid of the illegals, and some cops want to help. And there's lots of political polarization, and then there's social polarization, and then there's economic polarization. So when it comes to you dealing with the police, you know you're almost always going to be on the losing end, and you'll never get justice or restoration to your life right then and there. It's always going to be a drug out process. So just survive the encounter, be smart, use your better brain, exercise caution, and make good decisions. All right, I'm not going to beat this into the ground. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll get at you on the next one. Peace.